So I've talked before how I enjoy card games such as Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering. Now, of course, with having anything that has a physical card game, there's gonna be a video game adaptation, as we've seen with countless card games before. Stop it! Now, when people think of Yu-Gi-Oh! And video games, the one that they normally think about is one that I'm very fond of. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. And that's actually a pretty good one. But the one I'm talking about today is a little bit more obscure and one that I find to be a hidden gem from the Game Boy Advance. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Duel Academy. Now, if you follow the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime or even the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, you'll know that after the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc with Yugi and all those characters, there was a new one started called Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And the plot around Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was an academy where people went to learn how to play duel monsters, or Yu-Gi-Oh! As we call it. And yeah, looking back, it's a little bit stupid, especially because, you know, it's an academy to learn how to play card games. But I do have to admit, being a fan of the show and the game, I like what Yu-Gi-Oh! GX did for the series. It introduced us to a lot of new characters and a lot of cool cards that I was very fond of when they first came out. Especially Jaden with his superhero deck. I was always really big into that, and I still have mine today. Not that I actually play that much anymore, but I have it for memory purposes. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy is a game that sounds pretty self-explanatory. You are at the Duel Academy. The same one that's in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Now, other games of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of have this semi-personal feel where you can build the deck however you want, and then you, like, put your image on the character based on those cards. And the same goes with this game too, but there's a lot of elements from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX that were brought into. For example, when you start off in the game, you start off in the Slifer Red norm. That one is considered like the lowest tier. It goes Slifer Red, Raw Yellow, and Obelisk Blue being like the upperclassmen, the top dogs. And starting off in this dorm, what you do is you take tests, you develop cards, and you battle other people to try to get your rank up so you can become top of the class. Now, there are certain events from the anime that are in this game, but it's really more about the school experience. And I think that's why I like it so much. It's very different from other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games because it's enveloped around the academy aspect more than just dueling and playing the card game. Believe it or not, there is a game very similar to Duel Academy for the DS called Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Spirit Caller. And it's a lot of the same thing, the academy setting, taking exams, what have you. But I like the charm of the Game Boy Advance game better than the one for the DS, because the DS has nicer graphics and a larger selection of cards, but it doesn't have the same charm. Plus, you can actually design what your character looks like, and that to me ruins the purpose, because I always thought of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games as like a first-person perspective, like you're the one playing the game. But with having another avatar, even if it is one that you create, I feel like that gets lost a little bit. So I like the Game Boy Advance version better. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, or just card games in general, I would always recommend Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy over some of the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Handheld games that get kind of redundant. It also has this system where there's like a full calendar year, so events change with like different holidays and different seasons. And I thought that was really well done. It feels, out of all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, to be the most complete and the most immersive, and that's why I'm so fond of it. So it's definitely worth a pickup if you can find a copy of it. Alright, this has been another episode of Hidden Gems. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.